Hello, train. How are you? Didn't even see you come in there. I think you've been here before, if I'm not mistaken. I think that you have been here before. Because you said hi, and that's all I got out of you. Oh my goodness. Got 4 in here now. I'm gonna play a game today with you guys. I gotta get this Jeep out of the way. Be right back with you. All right. We'll wait till get a few more people in here. We're gonna play a game. You know what that game is? If you don't, you will. And I'll move this big Jeep underneath the table here, the desk, out of the way. We got 3 in watching. There, he's down there. Okay. This is my Axial SCX-10-2. I have to call it that now because it's no longer a legendary Grondo. It's been completely rebuilt. We're going to play a game. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull this out and do it this right here. All right. Here's a servo. All right. And here's a servo. Which one is heavier? Which one weighs the most? The little one or the big one? That is the question. There's that one, 21 gram. This is a legendary Grondo, and it's a 3 kilogram servo. Right there. So, which one do you think is heavier? We're gonna play a game. I'll see if anybody can get it right the first time. This truck was custom built by me. Frame rails and 4-link bars, the only thing that's left of the original truck. Everything else has been changed. So, and it started its life as a legendary Grondo, right there. And that's the name of the truck. Not no more, it's an Axial, because there's all the Grondo's gone. This is what it looked like when I first got it. That picture right there. Now it's right here. So, yep. So, yeah, we'll play the game. I'm not going to give it away. If somebody was willing to comment, which is heavier? Which weighs the most? That servo or that servo? Let's see if you can get it right. Not saying you guys are dummies, but I thought I'd just put that out there, you know. See who can do it and get it right. Got 10 in here. All right, got 10 in here now. Which weighs the most? I ain't gonna go and get into actual grams or whatever. Is this servo heavier than this servo? See if you get it right, because right there you can see where I installed it. I put it in there for the 2-speed. I took the big one out and I put one of these in there. So let's see here. 11 watching. Somebody's got a comment. This is number 1 and number 2. All you got to say is, if you can't comment, say one. Type 1 or 2 in the chat. Is this servo here heavier than this one? As in weighs the most. Which weighs more? This one, number 1, or number 2? Let's see who can get this right. I got 15 watching. If you're new to my channel, if you will, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, future updates. It'd be awesome. So yeah, let's see who can get it right. Make a little game out of it. If you get it right and you comment the right number, 1 or 2, and you have content on your channel, I will give you a mod status, as well as I will subscribe to your channel. Just make it a little fun, you know? But you got to let me know, 1 or 2. That's not the weight of the servos, guys. That's the torque of the servos. So you can't say it's 3 kilograms, because it's not. That's the torque of the servo. Because this is a 21-gram servo. So let's see if we can get it right. Yep. Yeah, as of today, as far as I know, all these RC cars are all set for the summer. Got everything done on them. The big Willys Jeep there, that's all set. My FJ Cruiser is waiting on a hinge for the back door. Then the Willys Jeep here, I don't need to, but I'm going to. I'm going to put different ESC in it. Other than that, I'm not going to mess with anything else on it. It'll only take a few to change it out. Unplug it and reprogram it and calibrate it to the radio system, and ready to go. So that's the only thing that's going to get. So other than I got an adapter, but it just plugs in. But yeah, nobody's commenting. Which is the heavier servo, number 1 or number 2? Let me know in the chat. All you do is just hit one or 2. All you got to do. Let's see who gets it right. Make a little game out of it. See, right here, this servo here, or this servo. Is this servo here heavier than this one, or is this servo heavier than this one? So 1 or 2. Let's see who gets it right. And my problem is I get a lot of people from other countries in here. So a lot of them don't speak English, which makes it hard for me, because, you know, try to do things to get you guys' attentions and get you come in here. So yeah, all you got to do is let me know. Do you think this? Say hello in the chat. If you subscribe, that's awesome. I appreciate it. I know I've done 4 live streams today. I'm holding up 5 fingers, 4 fingers of thumb, but this will be my last one for the day. And the reason I did this is we got a hellacious snowstorm, and I cleaned the driveway once, and we're stuck in the house. So, you know, yeah, that's why everything's getting done. Because of the stupid weather. But yeah, got 9 watching. Thank you for coming in, 9 people. Got 4 watching. 9, 4, 9, 4, 15, 20, 35. Usually how it goes. All that matters is at the end of the live stream is total view count, you know. See what I'm doing? It's hard to see because I'm holding the bottle. It's called liquid tape, and this had a spot in the battery where the cover was smoked up. So put some liquid tape on it, and it actually works pretty good. Just like that. It's all set. All set and Rooney. Let's see here. That's a good one. I think this is a good one too. Okay, this is one. It's a candidate for liquid tape. These are for my moon truck. Just like that. About 7 watching. See there? That's how you fix your batteries. If the coatings get all smoked up. Let them dry. You all set. Then this one here, that one's all set as well. We'll just set him over there for now. But yep, nobody's commenting. Nobody wants to play my game, I guess. One or two. Which one's heavier? This one, this one. See, when I ordered these servos, they come in pairs. So you can see right there. That's where I installed the servo. This is for my 2-speed transmission in this. So that's what that servo does. It's actually got 2-speed low, neutral, and high. So yeah. Train lover come in here and said hello, and I guess he's gone. So yeah, you can see right there. You can see how it mounts. Those 2 wires coming out of it aren't for the servo. Them are for the lighting system of the truck. Headlights and tail lights, and the other one is for the overhead lights. So those are just plug-ins for. You can see the balance piece for the charger. Then you go back here. There sits the battery. You can see the shock keys. The shocks are put on an angle. Then the front ones are angled back. The reason for that is it lets it flex more. But when you do that, you got to keep in mind, you got to go up a spring rate. You got to go up one. Basically, these shocks like this have come with 3 springs. I got the middle one in it right now. If you put the stock one, put it together the stock, it's not heavy enough when you tilt them back because of the leverage. So, yep. I was trying to play a game, guys, but you guys don't want to play no games today. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, being as you don't want to play, this servo here is heavier in weight. This weighs more than this servo. You think the big one would weigh more. Yes. Okay, you didn't hear this. Which is a heavier servo, as in weight? Is it this servo here, or is it this servo? Which weighs more? Number 1 or number 2? I was trying to play a game, but I couldn't get nobody willing to talk in the chat. I think they're just all watching. So, is this heavier? Don't go by the grams. That's the power of the servo. That doesn't weigh. That ain't what it weighs. Does this servo here weigh more than this servo? Nope. This servo here is heavier. This actually weighs more than this servo. This is cheap plastic geared servo. This is a Metal Gear cordless servo, and actually this weighs more than this servo does. What I did is I changed the servo out in 2-speed of this. I took this big one out, which says there in Legendary. That's a 3 kilogram servo, and when I ordered these small servos, they come in 2 packs, so you get 2 for like $17. So that's a 21-gram servo. So it's a smaller servo, but it weight-wise it's the same, but it also doesn't stick up as far, so it lowers your center of gravity down. So if you're like into rock crawling or whatever, yeah, it just lowers it down closer to everything else. So before, the other one stuck way in the air, and you can see I redid my connectors for my lighting system of the truck. So yeah, you can get these from Amazon. They're 21-gram servos. So if you have something, like a Traxxas with a locking differentials and your servos are getting bad, put these in it. You can get 2 of them for $17, and they're metal geared. You can see right there. They come with servo horns too, if you need to. I didn't use the servo horns, but yeah, they come to a box. So 21 grams. So yep, it's right there. Then I got it all in there, and then I had issues. My overhead lights wouldn't work. The winch wouldn't work. I had to go through there and play on my receiver, unplug everything and study it and plug everything back in. Then I got it. So I can say now that this is not a Legendary Grando no more. I used the one in here. This is a 25 kilogram servo. The problem with the Red Cats is I had that with my Gen 7, is they'll take a fit after a while when you turn them sharp, and all of a sudden it turns sharp, it goes like this. The wheels will literally go like this, and you got to replace the servo. When I did my Red Cat, I changed it out, but this servo here is not that expensive. It's 25 grams, and if you got the hobby wing or whatever, where you can crank the BEC voltage up, this thing is fast, and it's almost 50 grams of torque. So, and because Red Cat, all they use is hex fly component, so it's just a hex fly is all it is. So you can probably just go to Amazon, just type in hex fly if that's what you want to use. I put this servo in here, and I really like it. It works these wheels pretty good, and this will actually take 7.4 volts too. Yeah, yeah. So that was the first thing on my Gen 7 I had to change out when I was running it one day, and I was watching the wheels, and I had it turned sharp, and all of a sudden they were going just on their own. Run straight, it was fine, but when you turn it sharp, it would go like this. And I went to YouTube, and they said, yeah, that's the trouble. The trouble with the hex fly stuff is the servos aren't that good, and eventually, when you turn them sharp, they'll start doing like this. Your wheels whirl. And that's exactly what mine did. So I upgraded the servo in it, and it's working fine now. But this one here I got from Amazon. It's a 25 gram servo, but it works. Oh, aluminum box. What is those? I put one in a buddy of mine's truck. It's silver. This thing is just nuts. It's like 250 grams. We put it in his Wraith. All I know is we had to turn the steering down, speed down, and the throttle speed down because it was too flippin' fast. It was like, oh, it's gray in color? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what that servo was. I don't know, I got a video on it. But, yeah, it's aluminum body. Yeah, this one here has actually got aluminum body. It's red, but it's anodized red. That's aluminum. It's in here. But man, wreath, wreaths, wreath, wreath serval or wreath serval, something like that. Trying to think how to pronounce it. That's what we ended up putting in here. All I know is I put billet axle housings on it, and we changed out like the shocks, four links. I changed a bunch of crap over on that truck, and we had to put a gyro system on it as well because you cannot drive that truck without a gyro. It just it's uncontrollable. You nail a throttle, and it'll burn out and spin out at the same time. Um, you gonna go to electric motors, or are you gonna go brushless? This had a 35 turn in it. Now it's got a Endura. You can see. I don't know where the hell is it. Oh, it's down underneath that lead. It's got an Endura 21 turn in it now. I put a 21 in it. Yeah. These weren't that expensive. This is a 21 turn Endura, and it works quite well on this truck. This truck will scoot with it, and it didn't seem to affect the running life of with the battery. Yeah, it's got an Endura. Let's see if we get this connector out of the way for you. Come on, get out of the way. Let's see if I can zoom in here. 550. It's an Endura 550 brush motor, but it's a 21 turn. It was like $20, $21. This had a 35, and it made a big difference in it. Yeah, so that's what I put in it. I still had the original one out in the garage for if I ever needed it, but yeah, it wasn't that expensive. Amazon, you can get them, and yeah, I put that 21 turn in it, and it has a lot. It has wheel speed. You can run this, put it in high gear, and mat the throttle, and it'll spin these tires for at least 3 lengths of the truck before it takes off. Uh, it, well, if it's a red cat, typically red cats and all of them, even all these trucks, they run 35 turn motors in them. My red cat, the Bronco right there, I put a 21 turn in it as well. Most generally they're oh, waste running a vacuum. Most generally they run in 35 turn motors in. So if you put like a 21 turn, just bear in mind the lower the number, the faster the motor. But that also the faster the motor goes, the less battery life you end up having. So you may want this thing will run with a 21 turn. I've done it. I can do about 5 miles on one battery pack, easy, an easy 5 miles. So, and yeah, I stick to brushed. I just my head can't justify the expense of a brushless motor for what it costs to buy a brushless with. You buy the motor, then you got to buy the programming card here to program it because that one won't fit it, work for it. You got $167, so 170 some bucks for that. So you're over 200 bucks. Well, you can buy a 21 turn Endura motor, which is right down there, 550 size for 21 bucks. And you know, I don't, to me that makes more sense because then I can take the money I'm not spending putting a brushless system on it. I could put that into something else, RC related or otherwise. So, because everything I got here, the only thing that's brushless is that truck, and that come right from the FMS with a outrunner brushless motor in it. But everything else I got here is brushed. And the other issue is if a brushless motor takes a crap on you, you got to buy a new one. You're going to spend $167 again. Where if this motor takes a crap on you, 21 bucks from Amazon, and they're really good. Endura makes good stuff, and it's got the cooling fans and everything built on the end of it, so it's got the cooling fan on it, so no, works good. I've ran it. I have had no need to put a heat sink or anything on the motor itself when I run it, so yep. Got 10 watching. If you're new to my channel, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future update. If you're watching and you got a question, feel free to ask it. If I can't answer it, I'm sure there's, I have RC guys come in here all the time. I'm sure somebody in the chat would help you out, so. But, yeah, you want to get a starter truck, you want to know what to do, you want to get in the hobby, but you're not sure. Well, what you do, you can put a 21 turn in it, okay? You got to adjust your pinion gear for your wheels. Like this one here, 2.2s, right. So what I would do, I would put a 21 turn, but then I would drop it down 1 or 2 teeth on the pinion gear. That's what I ended up doing this thing, is I dropped it down 2 teeth because of the axle, the gear ratios of the axles was different than what was in it. So now this thing performs the same as the original, but I think it's just a little bit quicker and faster too. So you're gonna put 2.2 on there, you're gonna drop your pinion. I would start out in 1/2 increments. So pull the motor and count the teeth on the pinion, drop it down 1 tooth. Put 2.2s. That way it should, the 21 turn, it should perform the same as if you had the smaller wheels, like the 1/9s. So it should perform as, it'll be faster, but it'll perform the same spinning those big tires or turning them big tires. So if you put 2.2s on it, it's going to run the same as if you was to put a 21 turn in it with your original wheels, what I'm trying to say. You just got to change your gearing. This one here, I dropped it down 2 teeth because of the gear ratios of the axles. So it's got a 16 on it now rather than an 18. So that makes sense. Yeah. So what you do, you put 2.2s on it, count your pinion gear, and get you actually get you 2 of them. Get you one tooth lower, then get you a second one 2 teeth lower than the first. That way you can play around with the gear ratios. You won't have to change the spur gear. You just have to change the pinion gear. Yeah, you had a 2.2 stock, right? But if it already has 2.2s on it, put a 21 turn in it. That's what I did here. And this thing here, you put it in high gear and it'll still trail, it'll still crawl. And you put it in high gear and you mat throttle, and these tires will just spin and spin and spin and it takes right off. That's why I decided to put a gyro in it, because it gets ass happy when it does that. So, yeah. Got 10 watching. You're new to my channel, guys. If you will, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates. It'd be awesome sauce. Oh yeah. So you had 2.2s, and realistically, if you didn't change the gearing, you could just put 2.2s back on it. It was probably when you went to the smaller wheels, what you should have done is went up in gearing on your pinion. put like one or two sizes bigger when you put the 1.9s on it. If you put 2.2s, go from 2.2 1.9s to 2.2s, then you're going to drop it down one or two teeth. And if you go from 2.2s down to 1.9s, you're going to raise it two teeth. If that makes sense. Yeah. If you haven't changed the pinion gear and it should be fine, then in that situation, just go ahead and put a 21 turn motor on it if you want. And actually, if you want to play around, you could drop it down a tooth on the 21 turn. You know, put that motor in there, take the stock pinion out, and just drop it down one tooth. That'll give it a little more punch, and punch equates to it should give it speed. You know what I mean? So. There's people out there probably listening, scratching their head what we're talking about. We're talking gear ratios. Like this truck, when I put these Endura axles in it, they were a different gear ratio than the axles that actually came underneath the truck. So what I ended up doing is I ran it first. And the first thing I noticed, it was a turd. It wasn't fast. So I have pinion gears here. I said, well, I'm going to look at the pinion gear, and I counted it. Then I went down two teeth, and in turn, now you hear the motor talking a little bit. But I could have probably went down one tooth. But I changed the pinion gear, not the spur gear, and put it back in there. And now the thing is just perfect. No problem with it. Yeah. Well, you can get the body. You can get body. If you get the Enduro more like I got, it was $21, $22. And it comes with the leads already on it, so it'll plug right in. It's plug and play. I mean, the pinion gear is only a couple dollars. You know, the big expense will be the body and the paint. As you know. This body here, to buy it now at current rates and painted and with a light kit that's in it, is $100. So that's not counting the roof rack or the mirrors or the snorkel. That's just the body and the light kit. So, yep. Yeah. Because I got this body from Amazon. This is a Toyota 4Runner. I got the Bronco body from Amazon as well. Because I'm an Amazon affiliate, so if I buy stuff, I put it on my storefront, and in turn, I get kind of a little kickback back on it. So I have a storefront on Amazon. If you go to your Amazon, if you got an account, it says influencers or storefronts. So you click on there, and you can just search for my storefront, and it brings it right up. I got videos in there as well. So, yep. Yep, we got two thumbs up. This train guy, whatever his name is, I guess he just was here and gone. Train loader. I think he's been here before, but. Well, you can just, I put light kit. Light kit's $30 from Proline. They make light kits as well. So, and it just plugs right in. But you could just put these bodies together without light kits, and it would be fine. The decals are good on them compared to a lot of those ready to run stuff. I try not to, only because I use them for this channel. I just do trail rides. I don't. I traded for that one. I said this will be my basher truck. I'll take this through the woods. I'll jump it and play around with it. Well, that didn't work. I ended up rebuilding the thing. So, and now it's like better than brand new. So, stuff like that. So, well, this is Lexan. This is Lexan. This ain't a hard body. Um, yeah, this was $50. I think it is 49.95 for this one, depending on what you want to put on there. And the only thing is I had to cut it here because of the tire clearance. Yeah, that's all I do. Where I live at Oz, we don't have rocks. I have miles of trails that I can take these out on. Uh, we have dedicated deer runs here because we have so many flipping deer in the area, and you can turn those deer trails end up being crawling trails. Yeah, I'm pretty much do the trail stuff. There's people out there that run the fast cars. Well, they don't understand the trail stuff. It's boring to them. But I tell you what, take one of these, you charge the battery, take an extra battery, and you go for a walk with your family or yourself, or take a camera with you, and do a video, and you forget about all the flipping problems of the day when you're doing it. So, yep. Yeah, I use well, I have multiple cameras. I'll show you a couple of them. Um, I have DJI. I got my other camera out in the other room. Um, right here. These are the cameras I use. This is my older ones. These are DJI Action 2s, and they shoot in 4K. I use these. Uh, it's really cool if it's done right. Well, this one here won't fit because I got the boxes in here, but you can set a camera up on there around the rail and just record your ride. You know, so but these are the cameras I use. I actually got 4 or 5 cameras right now, but these I use my Ranger. I put one on the dash and I put one on so it shines on. It goes on me when I ride. So there's one facing forward and there's one facing me. Then I have another one. It's in right here. Um, right here. This is a DJI camera too. Right here. Right here. There's some of the cameras I use. This one here is kind of cool because if I can do this. why do I keep hitting that button? But yeah, so you can see right here, Oz. Go like this. See here, this magnetic watch, like that, and then you can put it on a tripod or whatever. I just hit it with my thumb. This one here, these are older ones, but these are all waterproof. You can dunk this thing right under water the way it is. You see the cooling vents, but that's just a heat sink. It doesn't necessarily get water in the camera. Then it has a good size sensor. And then, yeah, there's your record button here, power button over here. And this one here, I got the door kind of open because if I'm using it in my Ranger, I just plug in my my SD. There's an SD card in there, I think. No, there's not. I plug an SD card in, then I plug it right above there. That's a power, so I can have it charging while I'm using it. So, yeah. So, the only issue is this one here has the cutout for your charging, where this one here does not. See there? So, but yeah, that's some of them cameras I use. I got um, another one out in the other room that I use mainly, but yeah, that's just some of them. There's $800 there in cameras. Yeah, yeah. What I thought would be cool is if you get enough channels on a radio and you got a spare one, is mount one of these cameras on a servo. That way you could have it in the cab and you could literally turn it, and side view, front view, and you could even put it on the truck, and where you can rotate it down the line. Yeah, I understand. You got to do things you get the money. I mean, you're a married man and all that, so I understand. With head tracking, yeah. Um, these do that. Um, if I'm not mistaken, these will track you. Um, this has a while. If you look at the difference, do you see that the sensor opening right there? See how small that is. Then you look at this one. Look how big it is. So this is an older one. See how big the sensor opening is? And this is the next generation of it. And look how small that sensor is. And this is supposed to be a better one. This was a dud. You use this thing, you got to have it powered in. The battery, the internal battery, it's in the bottom of it, is junk. It's not doesn't run long. So if I use this one, I have to plug it in. So, oh, you got one for goggles. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Then right here, this is all my charger. There's batteries in here, the cables, extra batteries for these right here. Plus I got batteries installed in them. So these are extra batteries and cables and yeah, right there, that's the charger for the battery packs. So, yep. Yeah, so that's just 3 of the cameras I use right there. And actually, I got another camera. It's a real camera. Trouble is, I, I, I've used it. I don't like. I don't care for it that much. These are easier to transport. I can put memory cards in these and charge them up, and I can throw them in a throw them in a Ranger in a compartment, and I have all kinds of, or in a backpack if I'm going with this thing here. So Yeah. Because you want to do the FPV stuff. There's a gal on here on YouTube that does that, and she sits in her living room. She's got an actual driver station. She's got a steering wheel, brake, and pedal, and she drives her RC cars around with other people around her little village in Japan. And it's crazy. She's sitting in the living room, and she's driving down the road. She's got this screen. She following the other trucks, and she just drives around. Not really. Yeah. See, this has enough room. I could put a camera back there. Trouble is, you're shooting inside of a body. Gets down to it where, you know, um, I got sticky mounts. I could put a mount right up here, and it wouldn't be noticeable. And I could just, boop, put that there when I do a run. But yeah, yeah, just different perspective exactly. Let's see here. I think everybody, this is not really a plan live for me. I'm going to back out of here for the day. I've already done 4. Uh, Update all of my RC cars. That's waiting on a hinge. It's going to be here. FMS is just going to send me the part free of charge because I'm an affiliate of theirs, so they're sending me a part. This is all done. Different shift servo, and I fixed the wiring in it. The winch works now. That one done. That one's ready. The little Willys there's done. That one I got done. The big Willys, I did order a Hobby Wing ESC for it. When that gets here, I'm changing out speed control in that, only because I like them, and I can program this more for crawling and that, so. There's a guy on YouTube that's really cool. He's has a 3D printer. Obviously, he's kind of smart. He put a mount in the truck. He cut out the window opening, and he's got a FPV camera like to use on for drones. And he put 2 micro servos, and he's got arms to articulate them, and he can make that little camera look straight ahead or turn there, or he can open it up and turn it, and it peeks its head out the window and looks around. It's on YouTube here, and it's pretty cool. It looks kind of funny. He's driving down the road, and all of a sudden you see the little camera come out, and he's looking around then it goes back in. He's driving, and he's got it for FPV. He uses goggles, but it's just cool. See that little camera sticking looks like a little robot head sticking its head out and looking around. He can make it look backwards and frontwards, and then he retracts it back in and looks out to the windshield. So, yeah. Well, guys, it's been 51 minutes. I'm going to be backing out of here for now. I appreciate you all for coming in here. Thanks, Oz. You give me somebody to talk to. And I gave it away. The little servos, the heavier of the 2. And I will see everybody next time. Oz, thanks for coming in. And everybody else, goodbye and God bless. You have a great day as well, Oz. And I'll see everybody next time. It was a good stream. No trolls. That's what I like to see. Thank you very much. God bless, and I'll see you next time.